You ever felt like just getting out of town, somewhere not too close, but certainly not too far? Well, Seward's only about an hour and a half away. Lots of stuff to do there, but what are some of the things that might be a little off the beaten path? Well, that's what this blog is all about.
Just before getting to Seward, you might want to think about taking a right and heading just a short drive down the road to a little place called the Seward Windsong Lodge. The lodge is tucked in the Resurrection Valley, and a lot of Alaskans don't even know about this place just yet. The place is owned by the same native corporation that owns the Talkeetna Lodge, and you can really tell from the artwork to the impressive fireplaces that seem to be their signature. If you're a book-it-yourself type, they've got you covered, but you almost don't even need to leave the place. It's on its own grounds and has several different lodges to choose from. Each lodge is named after something in nature, and natural is really the feel you get from these lodges. My night will be spent at the Timberberry. As expected, the room was immaculate and had a lot of great little nuances. Many of the units come with their own deck that open up to your own private piece of the woods, and everything here is Alaskan, from the coffee to the soaps in the bathroom. Just a short walk from my room was one of the main reasons I came here, the Resurrection Roadhouse. I'd heard a lot about it, and I was stoked to check it out. Now, obviously, the Roadhouse is known for its food.
Yeah, so it's very similar to the
But manager Nick Hammond pointed out they're set up for business meetings as well.
Well, we, as I say, we have two well-appointed banquet rooms for weddings and meetings. They're fully equipped with internet and all the audio-visual equipment. And as I say, it's very quiet, so you can get a group in here and you don't lose them to a city life. They're sort of here, and they have access to Seward. And there's a lot of, you can use the decks, and we have an outside pavilion, and for weddings we often have weddings out on the lawn with a fairly unique backdrop of a valley and glacial valley.
The formal dining room seats about 90, but with a long list of Alaskan beers and some great wines, I decided maybe we should have dinner in the bar instead. The menu features the traditional and the non-traditional, and my host Nick ordered us up some appetizers, one of which looked very familiar. If you're a Morning Edition watcher, yeah, those are the ahi cones that Chef Eric Slater made with Chef Al a couple of weeks ago. And though I've eaten my fair share of shrimp, these coconut shrimp had a little something extra to them.
Wow.
Chef Eric explains his philosophy.
The philosophy I come up with, and I tell the staff this at the beginning of the year, is a lot of our business is the tourism industry, and people coming through Alaska, not only going all the way through Alaska, and they're eating salmon and halibut all the way through their trip, and even on the cruise ships. And I want to make it the best salmon and halibut that they've had on the whole trip. That's my goal, is to make it the most memorable one that they've had. And that goes along with all the food, from the burgers to the fries to every meal. Try to make it the best on the whole trip. All you guys about ready to eat.
The Sultan Boca, or prosciutto wrapped chicken, caught my eye, while the taro halibut caught Nick's fancy.
We're going to photograph everything before we eat it.
Sure.
And the entire meal was memorable from the first bite to the last toast. After dinner, I decided to try something I hadn't done in a long time. Back home, we used to call this just chillin'. Dawn rises on Resurrection Valley, and I got one thing on my mind. Yeah, coffee. And this is good coffee, too. And I'm kind of picky. I'm from Seattle. There's a buffet at the Roadhouse that features fruit, croissants, cereals, everything you can imagine under the sun, and it's all yummy. And there's nothing like a good breakfast when you're contemplating a day ahead like what I've got planned. It's time for me to hit the road. It's time to put the quiet solitude of Resurrection Valley behind me and head the short 2-mile drive down the road to the launch pad for my next amazing excursion. Now, many Alaskans are very familiar with Seward, but I think most Alaskans, including myself, really don't know about Fox Island. But thanks to my friends at Kenai Fjords and Explorer Tours, I'm about to head out to a place that is truly a unique Alaskan experience. Before we're even out of the boat harbor, cameras are clicking like crazy because of all the gorgeous sights that are surrounding us. Fox Island is just a short 10 miles from Seward down Resurrection Bay, but it feels like you're going into a completely different world. Lush green trees and, well, I'm getting ahead of myself. The rest of this trip we'll save for part 2.
Welcome to the island.